This is the original mint?
Yeah, right. Kind of like like you go into your bed at night or in the morning, you can have a little.
Uncle Bob,
It
Uncle
smells
Bob.
so. These are different types, but I'm not used to this kind of mint.
Not original key.
This is the original tea mint. So this is the house? So this is the house you used to live in? But so you decided to keep it.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to break it down. This is where I'm coming from.
The memories.
Yeah, man. These two angles.
Yes.
That I didn't have any help, didn't know. But eventually, sometimes I want to tell you that I have a brother. He promised me that he would help me, but he didn't fulfill his promise. But now I'm grateful to you as a Prime Minister of Jamaica. I'm really, really grateful.
What is really the people? The people of Jamaica, the taxpayers of Jamaica.
Watch Uncle Bobby there, shot man.
See that the need there. And
So what are you going to do with this?
maybe I should go outside kitchen or something.
Storeroom.
Storeroom or something. I don't want to break it down.
It is a memory and it reminds you where you're coming from.
This,
From poverty to prosperity. Blessing. All right.
There's a card that asks me to look at the mortgage on the phone. Could I be in a different room?
Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. So, MP. Yes. Come on.
Lee!
Where you got water? Where you got water?
We've been getting water since 2021. It has been a project. Every year we improve on it. And we are finally at a place where 95% of the persons are with water now.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So we'll be inviting you very soon to just come and just talk to the residents because they are happy and they are very much appreciative of the water.
As I was saying, right? There are many communities without water, and the complaints are loud, and rightfully so. If you don't have this commodity, you're frustrated and you want to get the attention of the government. But it does create a kind of false narrative which would suggest that, you know, the entire rural communities or the entire Jamaica is without water. And that is not the case. And it would also suggest that the government isn't doing anything to bring water to community. So I'm coming from a community where a resident stopped me to say, you know, she has been living in this community for 14 years and it has not had water, and it certainly didn't have water before she came. And I pointed out to her that that may very well be the case, but it should be understood that the government has a program that is consistently, as our budget allows, without borrowing, as our budget allows, that we are bringing water to rural communities. We are in this rural community of Maho Hill, a lovely community. You would consider it to be deep rural, lovely people, and we have brought water to them. And we're doing that right across Jamaica, and not just drip in the pipe. Well, this pipe needs to be properly fixed, but you can see the pressure. This is no play water. In fact, whilst we were doing the handing over ceremony, the pipe, the pressure was so much that the pipe broke. We have to get this pipe fixed properly because we don't want to waste.
There's a history about that. The water, the source of the water is that it was Edward Siaga who help us to find the source of the water up to in the 80s. But nothing was done during the period to bring it here.
Yeah.
And but your farmer Mia Maraj, when I came, told me about it. And so we investigated it and we went about asking rural water to come and assist us.
So
there are a number of water sources in this space.
The government this year alone has budgeted over $10 billion for water. That's probably the largest or one of the largest allocations for water. And amongst those projects would be small projects like this one that would be not necessarily part of what is considered the utility footprint. So this is not necessarily NWC, but this would be dealt with by Rural Water, which is a company that has some engineering and development skills for water projects, and they would develop water in the rural spaces. So I want to give hope today to all Jamaicans who are without water and may have been for many years, but you now finally have a government that is managing the economy well so that we can make the allocations. I keep going back to that point. There are a lot of people who quarrel about it and believe that somehow the water is just going to materialize. You can only get the water if you have a government that runs the economy well, that can make the allocation. So here is proof. I'm not just coming to make a promise. This is actually a promise fulfilled. Yes.
Would you like one of these jelly right now?
No man, I'm carrying all of them with me. That is really hard without holding.
Leon,
Okay.
Lee.
What kind of country this we are on? Everybody and them food. What kind of country this? One drill. 200 no, we can't see the drill. We can't see the receipt. All we can hear say, a lie ma tell and a this ma tell. And that was the old drill. I stand by Dr. Dawes until you know push out the real receipt and show out the drill and make we match it the date and time when it did buy and when it ship and we want to know the lady number, the importer. I will not stop there. Donovan Williams, you're a legislator. You're not supposed to in a parliament to pass law in terms of transparency and accountability. Did you tell the Integrity Commission say you have 40,000 shares in medical technologies?